One of the only good things about 2020 was the music. There was some great songs, albums, projects overall. A lot of them put out in 2020. But what about 2021? There's a lot anticipated for this year, while 2020 was mainly the year for underground artists. I feel like some of the bigger mainstream artists were punching under their weight this year. So 2021, I feel, is going to be the year that all these artists that everybody knows are going to be coming back in full force this year. So now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go through some of the artists that I want to drop this year, or that are already confirmed to drop that I'm personally excited for. First, we have Drake. He's already confirmed to drop in January with his album Certified Boy I always mess that title up, but it's funny. So I'm going to call it Certified Boy Lover. So if I mess it up, I mess it up. Certified Boy Lover. God, Certified Lover Boy from Drake. It's coming out sometime this month. We don't know yet. The first single from this, Laugh Now, Cry Later, with Lil Durk. It's grown on me. But outside of that, I really don't really have any expectations for this so far. I'm hoping it's good. It's been a while since we've had like an amazing Drake project. But outside of that, I'm hoping we get a Drake feature, a good Drake album again soon. Next up, we have Kendrick Lamar. Now, it's already been confirmed that he was supposed to drop in 2020, but the pandemic messed a lot of that up. So, his cousin, Baby Keem, who's also a great rapper, has talked about that. And I think he's set for 2021, honestly. I'll be very sad if he's not, but you never know. We don't have any singles from this. It's been a while since he's done features of any kind that I remember. But I'm still excited for a Kendrick Lamar album this year. Actually, speaking of that, I'm excited for the whole TDE camp to put out albums this year. SZA is being reported. Schoolboy Q is dropping an album this year. Reason might drop another project this year. Isaiah Rashad has been rumored for years now, and I'm really excited about that. Outside of that, just in the entirety of TDE. Oh, Absol also confirmed it recently that he's dropping an album in 2021. Next, we have The Weeknd. He's already said he's going to drop a politically charged project in 2021. I don't know how that's going to go. As much as I loved After Hours, I am really excited to see where this project goes. After that, we have Kanye West. I don't know, man. I'm hoping he's got one more good album in him. It would really suck if, like, Jesus is King was his final foray in the music. Because, you know, he's been doing those Sunday service projects. Like, he just put out one last Christmas. And outside of that, that's really... I just want another Kanye album. Honestly. Next up, we have Travis Scott. He dropped a couple kinda good singles last year for the soundtrack Tenet, and then one of his own tracks with MIA and Young Thug, and that had a remix with Future. And outside of that, those were decent singles. His new album this year in 2021 is being reported as Utopia being the title, and I'm excited. I really liked Astroworld. I think Rodeo is one of the best trap albums in recent memory. Yeah, just more Travis Scott. Next, we have Roddy Ricch. As big of a 2020 he didn't drop a single project. That his Please Excuse Me for Being Antisocial project dropped in 2019. So, I'm hoping for something new from Roddy Ricch this year. He's pretty much a bona fide star. He's got a couple Grammy noms under his belt now, although he kinda already did. But I'm still super excited to see where his career is gonna go. Next, we have Pusha T. He's got a collaborative album with Madlib out this year at some point, and that's gonna sound incredible, I think. Although Madlib is really gonna hit different after the passing of MF Doom. But hey, you never know. I'm certain Pusha T always delivers, especially on Madlib production. This could be a game changer. Next up, we have Nipsey Hussle. His camp already confirmed that a posthumous project is set to drop sometime this year. It's been a while since he passed away. I believe it was in March of 2019 he was killed. But yeah, they're taking their time with this. There really shouldn't be any hitches with this if they're taking this long on it. I'm excited to see about the new Nipsey project. Next, we have Rihanna. Where is that goddamn album? We hit 2021. It would be about 5 years since Rihanna's last project. That was Anti, and that was a very underrated project. I didn't like it first, but then it slowly grew on me, and I still listen to it to this day, honestly. But I'm really excited about our 9, I think it is. This is our 9th album. She's been teasing the hell out of this. And she tweeted out something a couple days ago that said, like, 2021 energy. So maybe this is the year. Maybe this is the year we finally get that Rihanna project. Next, we have Young Thug. Get rid of the controversial comments. But hey, he's still a very good artist. We have 2 projects coming from him at some point this year. Maybe. We have Slime Language 2, which comes from his label, I believe. And then his second studio album, Punk. Either way, that's going to be super exciting. I loved So Much Fun. I think his mixtapes are pretty great. Just keep doing what you do, Thugger. Next, we have Jid. Dreamville rapper, one of the best out of Dreamville, honestly. I've been waiting for that album for a long time. Ever since DiCaprio 2, which I think was 2018, maybe beginning of 2019. I don't remember for sure. I'm very excited about this project. This has the potential to be one of the best albums of 2021 if it drops. And he's already put out a couple tracks with some Griselda members. I believe he did a track with Conway a couple months ago, or maybe even last month. That's only on SoundCloud. That's great. And simply put, yeah, it's amazing. I can't wait for his next album, which is being reported for April, I think. It might have an April release date for something. Next, we have just the entirety of Griselda. Their 2020 run was nuts. The West Side Gun, Benny the Butcher, and Conway the Machine all dropping incredible projects throughout the year. Even if, for Benny, it was just one amazing project, but we don't have to get into that one. Whew. My next person is Frank Ocean. Yes, I know. He doesn't really have to rush this, although the hype, well, not really the hype, it understandably died down when we found out that his younger brother passed away. But you never know. There's still a part of me that still wants new Frank Ocean at some point, but I'm not really wishing for it, because he could be in a dark place, right? I think he is in a dark place right now, and I will totally understand if a Frank Ocean project does not drop this year. Next, we have Denzel Curry. It's being reported that there's a project floating around called Melt My Eyes, See the Future. That might be the name. I know the Melt My Eyes part is correct. I'm just not sure about the second half. But Unlocked from last year was incredible. Pretty much just keep doing what you do, man. I'll pretty much always be listening to you. But yeah, no, Denzel Curry. I'm hoping for stuff from him. Next, this is another bit of a rumor thing. We have Childish Gambino. Although 3/15/20 was being reported as his retirement of the Childish Gambino ego, there is a rumor going around that there is a project called New Ancient Strings in the works. Don't know if it's a song, if it's an album, if it's one of those VR experiences that he did with Awaken My Love. But outside of that, I'm hoping it's new music. If it's something related to Donald Glover instead of Childish Gambino, that's okay with me. But part of me hopes that that's new music. Next up, we have Slow Tie. He's already confirmed to put out an album called Tyron in February, and I'm really excited about that. I think this is going to be a great album. His last album from 2018, Nothing Great About Britain, was incredible. And other than that, just new Slow Tie. That's pretty much it. Next, we have Lorde. This is just a rumor. I don't know. There was a tweet that Lorde put out that essentially hinted that maybe an album or new music of some kind would be out in 2021, and I'm all for it. Now, Lorde was one of those artists that itches a very specific itch for me. I didn't say that right, but you know what I mean. But hey, it's new Lorde music. I know I say that a lot, but still, melodrama is great. Pure heroin is great. I love it. I just hope we get new Lorde this year. I think the same thing about Wise Blood. There's also been reports about a new Wise Blood project in 2021, and I'm really excited. Her album Titanic Rising, I still gotta get that on vinyl. I still gotta get that one on vinyl. Titanic Rising is amazing. Next, we have Rosalia. She's been one of those rising artists for me. I've heard her on different songs, and she's been on a couple remixes. And I've heard her solo music, and it's incredible. I'm very sad I didn't get into Rosalia earlier, and I'm just waiting for a new project here. Hopefully 2021 will be that year. Same thing with FKA Twigs. Her album from 2019, I think it was. Maybe it was 2018. Magdalene was also incredible, and I'm very excited to see where that goes. What that has to do with her sound, if it's going to be a complete switch up, if it's going to be some different type of sound, or just sticking with the same sound from Magdalene, which, by the way, there's nothing wrong with that one. Next is Aklu. I talked about her in my favorite albums of 2020. I loved her last album, Galore. I think there are big things coming for Aklu, especially when she did a remix of the Dua Lipa track, Fever. And I'm just hoping that that's a sign to come for more Aklu music in 2021. Next, we have James Blake. I am super excited about where James Blake is going. He put out a covers EP towards the end of last year, which was incredible. I'm very happy that the covers that he's been doing on YouTube and social media are getting official releases, and I'm very, very happy about that, actually. But new music, maybe? Come on, James. We need some of that. Next, we have Solange. I've been kind of waiting on a new Solange album. I loved When I Get Home quite a bit. It's one of those projects where I feel like maybe this could go somewhere. And I love the glitchy and more experimental sounds that Solange took on that, and it was more experimental than A Seat at the Table. But this might be a pipe dream. Maybe some new music in 2021. Who knows? I would love it personally. I think every Solange fan would love it. But you never know. Next, we have Billie Eilish. It's been over a year now since her debut album. It swept the Grammys. She's put out a couple singles like... What's it called? My Future. She did the James Bond theme, which is also an incredible song. And then recently her new single, Therefore I Am, which might be the best out of those trio of singles. But I think we got an album on the way. I really do. I don't have any insider knowledge on that, but I think we do have a new album on the way. And I can't wait for it. Next, we have Clipping. This is just a dream. I hope we get another horror album. Man, I hope we get another horror album. As I said, There Existed an Addiction to Blood, which is this right here, was one of my favorite albums of 2019. Visions of Bodies Being Burned, which came out last year, was my favorite rap album of 2020. And I think they can do it again. I mean, maybe they're going to ride the success off of these two albums a little more, but it's mainly a pipe dream on this one. Now, this is an artist that probably won't drop this year, but I'm hoping that they do something. And that's Daft Punk. Every year, I say, where's Daft Punk? I even follow an account on Twitter that says, is Daft Punk touring? And about 8 p.m. every night, I get a notification that just says no. And it makes me sad because I miss Daft Punk. I know they did stuff like in 2016 and they've done like stuff separately since then, but Daft Punk, I want them to come back in studio capacity. I really hope they do at some point. I need you. The final artist on this list, which is probably one that I've completely forgotten about so many, is Baby Metal. I've really gotten into that metal sound, like the cute metal sound. Poppy did it incredibly well last year. I just want Baby Metal. Man, why can't you give me Baby Metal? Just new Baby Metal. I don't even know if it's being reported on. I don't have connections like that. But Baby Metal. Come on. And that's gonna do it. That's really all of the artists that I hope drop this year. Of course, they're going to be artists I discover this year that I feel are great and really added to the year. But while 2020 and part of 2019 was for the underground acts, I think 2021 is going to be a big mainstream year. A bunch of big artists are going to drop this year. Mark my words. See you in the next video. Peace. Why didn't I hold the microphone like this the whole time? It just like it had a tripod and I could have just put it down like this. That was so uncomfortable.